اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك.
National Hajj Commission has made the necessary for your comfort.
The preparation is very good.
I'm very happy, extremely happy, because this is my first time.
And I prepare to follow the rules and regulations given to me.
اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك له. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor. Once again, glad to have you on the program as you answer the call. Preparations for the 2023 Hajj are being stepped up with the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, planning to kickstart the airlift of Nigerian pilgrims on the 21st of May from Abuja. In order to have a hitch-free exercise, NAHCON is implementing a number of strategies, particularly those related to aviation matters. And so, in the Spotlight segment, we shall provide you with the details on how the strategies are designed to make the airlift operation successful. Also in the program is Making the Hajj, and the discussion tonight is on the preparation for Hajj. Still in the package, we have other regular segments such as NAHCON News Diary, which highlight the activities of NAHCON and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. The quiz segment will also come up in the course of the program. Stay with us.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. As usual, we'll begin the program with the News Diary. Topping the lineup, NAHCON states fine-tune plans on forthcoming Hajj, set to kickstart the airlift of pilgrims on the 21st of May. Stay tuned for the details in the news segment.
Ahead of the inaugural flight of the 2023 Hajj taking place on the 21st of May, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and executives of state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions have held a strategic meeting to fine-tune arrangements for the Hajj exercise. Top on the agenda during the meeting was the issue of remittance to NAHCON by states. In view of this, NAHCON has fixed today as the final day for states to make remittance to the Commission's account. Briefing journalists at the end of the meeting, NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikirullah Kulle Hassan explains further.
We have spoken with each other and we have agreed that money not paid by pilgrims up till the Friday this week, then it suggests that the person will not be going to Hajj this year. So Friday this week will be the deadline for a final payment of those who are going to Hajj. We have asked all of us to be prepared for the issue of BT and yellow card. In essence, we are all fully prepared towards making 2023 Hajj a seamless exercise.
The NAHCON boss further cautions states not to charge intending pilgrims above the Hajj fare announced by the Commission. Still on Hajj preparations, the chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan, has inaugurated the 2023 Hajj National Medical Team. This was on Thursday, the 27th of April 2023 at the conference hall of the Hajj House. Unveiling the medical team, Alhaji Zikirullah congratulates those who scaled through NAHCON screening, calling on the members to discharge their duties diligently.
The first thing we all need to comply with is to adhere in total compliance with the Saudi health guidelines. As far as the Saudi authority is concerned, they do not tolerate any infractions to their guidelines. I'm sure the leadership of your team is aware of this and they will adhere to that. I don't need to remind you of the medical ethics of which you are much more aware than even myself. Now this year is going to be a year of much work than last year, in the sense that we have been given our total quota of 95,000.
NAHCON Commissioner of Planning, Research, Information, Statistics and Library Services, Sheikh Suleiman Momo, who doubles as the chairman of the National Medical Team, said the selection process was carried out in line with NAHCON guidelines, urging members to respect the rules of engagement. Meanwhile, the first batch of successful applicants were subjected to further screening, particularly their medical practice documents, among others. The National Medical Team provides primary healthcare services for Nigerian pilgrims in the course of the Hajj. In other news, the director of the FCT Pilgrims Welfare Board, Malang Abubakar Adamu, said the board has outlined programs for the second phase of its weekly Pilgrims Enlightenment campaigns. A statement to this effect from the board public relations officer Muhammad Lawal says Islamic scholars and other stakeholders have been mobilized for the exercise, which is scheduled to take place at the FCT Hajj camp in Basanjiwa, close to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The director said intending pilgrims from Abaji, Kwali and Gwagwalada area councils will have their training on Saturday, the 29th of April, while those who registered from Buari, Kuje and Abuja municipal areas will have their orientation on Sunday, the 30th of April 2023. In the meantime, the statement says the board will carry out medical screening on pilgrims from Friday the 5th to Sunday the 7th of May 2023. Away from the 2023 Hajj preparations, NAHCON management, led by its chairman Alhaji Zikirullah Kulle Hassan and other stakeholders in Hajj administration in Nigeria, have made presentations at a public hearing organized by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs on a bill to amend the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria Establishment Act to restrict the activities of the Commission to its regulatory and coordinating functions as it relates to the conduct and operations of Hajj and Umrah in Nigeria, prohibit the use of funds accruing to the Hajj savings scheme, and provide for comprehensive licensing guidelines and related matters. The public hearing took place at the National Assembly Complex on Thursday, the 27th of April 2023. Chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Senator Muhammad Adamu Bulkachua, heads the public hearing.
Alhamdulillah, if you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, sponsored by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, to keep you informed about the activities of the Commission and other Hajj-related matters. In a few days' time, the Saudi Authority will open its airspace for international pilgrims, and so the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has continued to perfect arrangements for the successful airlift of Nigerian pilgrims. What arrangements have been made so far? How many departure centers are there across Nigeria for the exercise? Answers to these and other questions in our next segment, Spotlight. Stay with us.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
All of us have agreed to work together and ensure that, inshallah, we will take all the pilgrims to the kingdom in due time.
NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikirullah Kulle Hassan reaffirming the commitment of the Commission to have a hitch-free airlift of pilgrims. Airliners are critical to the success of the airlift exercise. And so, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has made all arrangements in ensuring that Nigerians performing this year's Hajj have delightful flights. NAHCON has, over the years, made it a tradition to subject all airliners that show interest to fly Nigerian pilgrims to thorough screening, and this year is not different.
at this LOI, you will notice that even...
This was part of the screening sessions to determine the suitability of the companies that want to airlift Nigerian pilgrims. It was carried out by the Aviation Monitoring and Screening Committee, constituted by NAHCON and headed by the Commission's Commissioner of Operations, Alhaji Abdullahi Magaji Hardawa. Other members of the committee were drawn from states' pilgrims welfare boards, tour operators, and aviation-related industries, namely Nigerian Airspace Management Agency (NAMA), Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria (FAN), Ministry of Transportation, Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA), and Accident Investigation Bureau.
The screening exercise, yes, is in two folds. One, to determine the three folds rather, the capacity of the airlines as companies, entities to operate Hajj exercise. After ascertaining their capacity, next is the aircraft to be deployed. What sort of aircraft do they have, or what arrangement do they have? What kind of aircraft to be deployed? What would be the configuration, and so on and so forth? Their health status, airworthiness, and they have the relevant documentation to ascertain that yes, they could operate Hajj exercise. We don't forget, among the screening team, we have experts in aviation industry who would assess to determine the status of the aircraft to be used. Then the third aspect is the price to be paid by the intended pilgrims, which we negotiated.
At the end of the screening, a report was submitted to the federal government, which subsequently approved 5 airlines for pilgrims from 36 states, FCT, and the armed forces. The airlines are Max Air, Azman Air, Flying NAS, Air Peace, and Aero Contractors. Similarly, ValueJet and Arik Airlines have been recommended to handle pilgrims traveling with tour operators.
From the 5, one of them is a Saudi accredited carrier. Nigeria is in a working arrangement. We have a subsystem bilateral air service agreement, which allows a Saudi accredited carrier to airlift certain percentage of Nigerian pilgrims on a yearly basis. So 4 of them are indigenous airlines. 1 is from Saudi Arabia. So we have 5 for that. And the other 2 for the travel agencies are also Nigerian registered airlines. So we have a total of 7 airlines duly approved by the government to participate in this year's airlift operation.
With Nigeria having 95,000 pilgrims, NAHCON and the airliners have agreed to deploy more aircrafts during the airlift exercise. The Commission is also working with stakeholders to address challenges experienced in the course of 2022 Hajj, such as flight cancellations.
Now that we have that in place, we want to make sure that everything is put in place in good time. And for us to do that, we have to ensure that we have good synergy between the Hajj Commission and the states. Because if you recall, last year, there were so many ugly incidences whereby an aircraft would be at the tarmac, the pilgrims would not be around to board them. Or where they board, the aircraft often would take off with empty, so many empty seats. Or at times there would be delay for more than 12 hours processing just 400 pilgrims or thereabout. So all these are not good enough. So we are taking our time to make sure that all such areas we experienced problems during the last operation, we take them into consideration to ensure that we surmount the problems and ensure that this year's round it will be a hitch-free operation, inshallah.
After ensuring the airliners have been successfully secured, attention is now focused on the departure centers.
In terms of facilities, status, personnel, equipment, all this, to ensure that they are certified to operate international flights, taking into consideration the category of the aircraft to be used, which is wide-bodied. Aircraft, they are in different categories. So wide-body aircrafts with large capacity of configuration will require a longer runway and other facilities. So they will appraise these airports and advise the owners of the airport where deficiencies are identified to remedy such deficiencies in good time so that we can operate in and out of that airport. So NCAA is cooperating with us, is giving us all the backing to achieve that.
In addition to this, NAHCON has assigned to states, the FCT and armed forces, the airliners that will fly their pilgrims.
Airlines have been assigned to the states. We have written and informed the respective state governors, and the executive secretaries of the agencies concerned were also equally informed. So we have done that.
Furthermore, for easy delivery of pilgrims' excess luggage, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has approved the cargo carriers that will be in charge.
We place advertisement requesting for interested airlines to apply to participate in the airlift operation. We equally place a similar advertisement for cargo carriers. And 3 companies indicated their interest for our license to operate. And after due diligence, 1 company was disqualified while 2 were qualified. And those 2 companies were sent to the states. These are the companies qualified to evacuate excess luggage of the pilgrims in respect of the 2023 Hajj. And the states are at liberty to select which cargo carrier to patronize during the Hajj operation.
Walking through its plans, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has slated Sunday, the 21st of May 2023, for the inaugural flight expected to take place in Abuja.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك.
MashaAllah. Coming up next is making the Hajj. Tonight, Malama Halima Said takes us through discussion on how women should prepare for the Hajj. Let's hear her.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
When performing Hajj, men and women are expected to take part in observing all Hajj rites. But in certain matters, there are separate rules for women. What are these rules of Hajj that are peculiar to women?
While the women will dress fully the way it is. What I have been forgotten.
On making the Hajj tonight, Malama Halima Said answers these and other questions. She begins by explaining how a woman should seek the permission of her husband or guardian.
In terms of Hajj, some women do pay Hajj fare for themselves. And some, maybe their parent or her brother or her uncle. So based on this, most of them, they don't normally care to seek for their husband's permission. We know Hajj is compulsory. It is an obligatory. But when you look at the relationship that is in between a husband and a wife, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the priority on men. Kama qala ta'ala ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa'i. Just like the way I said, we know we are talking of something that is obligatory, which Allah has ordained that we should perform Hajj if you are able to. We know this authority is beyond the husband. But when you look at the relationship between the husband and the wife, then it is very important for her, even if she is the one paying for herself, or her father or her uncle or so, she should try to bring him in.
Having a mahram is also another requirement for women.
If she has husband, maybe the husband may not have that opportunity to be with her. One. And another thing is, maybe she may have her children, she may have her father or brother, those that Islam said they are her muharram, which she's supposed to travel with them according to the Islamic teachings. But in a situation whereby all these people we are mentioning, they are not able to pay or to travel with her. So just like the way you said, the National Hajj Commission or the Pilgrims Board can serve as her muharram.
What are those rules women are associated with in the state of Ihram?
So as for the women, just like the way you said, it is part of the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that they may maybe cut their nails, that is a day or 2 days before going out to have their intention to take their ihram. They may do that in their hotels. or maybe on their way to the Dhul Khulaifa, they should reduce maybe part of their hair in their body accordingly. This is to seek the reward of the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So on reaching Dhul Khulaifa, they will go to the bathroom and they will take their ritual baths with the intention of taking ihram. At this point, some women used to be under menstruation. So even if a woman is under menstruation, it is allowed for her to take her ritual baths too, just like the way the other woman will do it. So after maybe performing the ritual bath, if she's not under menstruation, she will go and observe 2 rak'ats.
Despite the fact that women are allowed to wear their normal attire during Hajj, they are however not allowed to wear clothes that are attractive or transparent. The Islamic scholar further said,
and they are not supposed to cut anything after going into the ihram. And in terms of the kind of clothes that they are supposed to put on during their ihram, for women, it is allowed that they can wear any color of clothes, but there are some certain conditions. It has to be an Islamic clothes, meaning it should not look like men's clothes. It should not be tight. It should not be too gorgeous. It should be loose. So she can use any color, but with this condition.
Similarly, women are not allowed to jog like men during the first 3 circumambulations of the Kaaba and at the green light signs during movement between Safa and Marwa. They are not also allowed to do tawaf while in a state of menstruation. Women, as men, are also expected to be of good conduct and fear Allah as they carry out their Hajj exercise. Malama Halima Said advised women to seek more knowledge about Hajj matters peculiar to them.
Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, name 3 ways intending pilgrims should prepare for Hajj. The correct answer is, have knowledge of Hajj, prepare financially, and have Allah's consciousness in their intention. The winner is Umar Ibrahim Haruna from Kaduna State. He provided the answer ahead of others. He will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. The quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week. And the question is, name any 2 Hajj rules peculiar to women. Again, name 2 Hajj rules peculiar to women. Text your answer to the numbers showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages. Abubakar from Ilorin, Kwara State sends in the first message. It says, I appreciate NAHCON for the preparation done so far on 2023 Hajj operation. Your program as you answer the call is very interesting and educative. Thank you. Muhammad Umar from Jeba, Niger State sends in the second message. It contains this prayer. May Allah reward the efforts of the entire NAHCON management and its staff, particularly the chairman of the commission, Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan. This is where we draw the curtain on today's program. See you same time, same day next week with another edition of the program. But before we go, remember that you can send your messages, comments, observations and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا